Hello, everyone. Just running a few hours behind today, but nevertheless, I made it. Today is the 27th of March, and I want to go back in time to the 25th of March. The 25th of March is a date that is not marked in most Protestant calendars, but it is a very important date. And what is that date, you might be wondering? Well, it's the feast day of the Annunciation. What is the feast day of the Annunciation? Well, do the math. 9 months from March 25th is December the 25th. And the church fathers put March the 25th down as the date that the angel Gabriel visited with Mary and announced the coming of the Christ child. We deal with this subject in December, and somehow or another we think that the whole pregnancy of Mary went in a very short amount of time. But think about that. 9 months. 9 months. That's a long time to wait between promise and fulfillment. Mary underwent a lot of abuse during that time, I suspect, from people whispering. We know that Joseph thought about putting her aside. She held on, though, and she pressed on. And she held on to her promise. You know, we talked a lot yesterday about the promise. We come back again to it today with an encouragement to always continue to persevere. And Mary didn't have all the stuff that we have today. Mary didn't have ultrasounds and sonograms and all those sorts of things. She didn't have pre-imaging to know what the Christ child would even look like. She didn't have any of that. She just had faith. Faith that sees through the dark. Faith that sees what is not there. Remember, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So, beloved, today I want us to celebrate a little belatedly the feast of the Annunciation. And as we do, to give thanks for the gift of faith of others, faith like we saw with Mary in saying, I am the Lord's servant, do with me as you will, to faith that we have seen and lived out in other people's lives that we know, people of great faith, to now, asking ourselves, do we live similar faith today? So right around this time, probably, 15 years ago, I visited one of the dear old saints at Enfield. And she looked at me, she was approaching 100, and she said, I understand that you have a new girlfriend. And I said, I do. And she said, can I meet her? And I said, well, she's actually at the house today. We'll go get her. So I went and got her. And I brought her over to meet Huldah. And we hadn't even been dating that long. At that point, about 6 months. Huldah prayed and gave a blessing over our marriage. Huldah saw through faith. A little while after that, Huldah died. Not more than about a month, I don't think. And everyone leading into her funeral kept saying the same thing. They don't make them like her anymore. The longer I pondered that, the more I thought about the fact that the opportunity for more Huldahs in this world is there. We just don't do anything with it, because it means that we've got to change. We have to have great faith. We have to do seemingly insurmountable things, and we choose every day not to. Mary had such faith. Countless millions of disciples throughout time have had such faith. Huldah had such faith. And because we don't do what we need to do now to have such faith, the question of Jesus, of when the Son of Man returns, shall he find faith on the earth, is not because of people not listening to the gospel. It is disciples not living the gospel. So, a Merry Christmas to you. May we live out the faith of Christmas now. I'll see you later on this week. Until then, remember, grace abounds. Blessings to you.